ta na gashi ko ba na yi ya je ya sai ko kula kaya Nigeria kula kaya na Abuja ko ta shi ya san wa bebe da ni ko agbe China no aba ko agbe ko Jose no bo ita yelo kwa su kwa sasa yi tin to ita yelo kwa sasa yi tin te fi ko na te bo tu ko ba na yi shi atuwa yi so ko yi igunage so ko yi ya sai ya to bu yi no yi ba je ko shi no o wa la kun oyibo iba ni ko bo teacher mo na do aloge na se kwa ben eyi ji agbaji na bi aji iteyi ya yege ya sai ko no kwasi aban don ko te shi ya san ko shi ya san ko agbe ko shi ya ba ji shitan to shitan kuma ba ji aka ya ku wale ce shi wa be ce fu ita asu ko te shi ya ni da ya ba la aka ai ba ni ba jesu la amama babe onye shebe ya anya do ashe ko zafu to duo kwa blan kusu idan ya shi ne yi ama shi ko ba so ne gai ite ye gwajo ai ko ngate jeje bo de nan kuma yinya abwa ya lo ai ko nasara gbege abwa na je hand sanitizer ya ko bua na wa che ya ko bua wa blan yi abebe ba lo aya guvwa aya lo ba me ha guvwa ko je sako ko wuri biya shin za dama akwai hashe ko akwai hashe ha to ko yi kwayi haje shin ce na bai ko babu mai shi batu mun gwamnati a biya yi to ladu na ga hawa je na ga ya sai to ya sai ko ya lo shi kwadu a shi haji shi ko yi hafna ga ga shi ko ya sai ko yi ita ji ko yi abai gwamnati a ga shi ya kiyaye bai domin ya san ko yi ko ta ce zai ya no wa zai no ko zabnagman ko soja ko su ko kana ndị na nasara ekwe ngaba n'ulo to ilaye ku yage n'ekwe shiko ya blanchi ya n'ukobo ko te shi ya san ko te be iben
okay
asa se ikin shiko banye ko ya na yesi mu na madu anu shiko banye ko ya shiko ta
okay okay
ba mi iben ko ba jesu na ba kwa ku.
Thank you very much, Chief. Thank you very much. Thank you for that very good one we don't pass. God bless you, Chief. Thank you for this opportunity. God bless you, sir. God bless you. Yes, Nigerians will listen to us like this now that the chief, where they call SU of Jukoi, now use our own, now then be our ground owners, where they give us this ground where they stay. So we need to hear from them. I will not hear from the chief. However, in the next few minutes now, we will get our teacher day on ground, where parents, I hope say your children, then they on standby. The course we go take today or the subject now basic science. Oh, sorry, biology. We don't arrange the other courses, people. As the program unfolds towards the end, where we don't stream, where we go stream live, hopefully from Thursday, biology day, maths day, basic science day, English day. This is not our original plan for this program. But because of the care that we have for you as parents and as children out there, we just feel that you can't just stay at home like that. There's something that you really need to impact. It's just like a car that is parked for over a period of time. What happened? Rusting might just start taking place. We don't want your brain to be rusted, and it will not be rusted in Jesus' name. So we'll give that the lowdown here. But before we go on that, with the appeal to our government, may they take proactive steps. They look at the economy, put up palliative that will set us free, palliative that will take a critical look at what is going to happen, because our dependence here in Nigeria has been basically on the oil, and the oil what they look at, don't be palm oil, crude oil price at the international market, wherever, even at the African market, it don't plummet, it don't go down. And if we continue at the pace at which we're going, I'm urging our brothers, our sisters, our mothers, those who ain't done day. It get that you go their house one place, if you can't they slip into depression because of the way the country they go. And we need to take proactive steps. As much as the government is trying to get things to people, take a critical look at the farmers too. About 70% of our greenery has been taken out of our silos, our storage facility. You don't put them back. You don't know that tomorrow, next month, how it will be. So that when you give palliative to farmers, the farmers in turn go do something. The farmers in turn go improve their productivity. Give grants to young men and women, skillful young men and women that will come up and be creative and produce things, not loan on a double digit or 3-digit whatever interest rate that would discourage us. When economists say, when there's few money chasing too few goods, it becomes what? And when you make a comparative, say, okay, food they plenty, money comes small, it can afford it, inflation no go step in. Government and the committee were not set. Please be very objective. The lives of people are in your hand, multi-million of people are in your hand. Be very objective. Look at young men with skills. We, for this program, what they call Eduradio, we want to identify those innovative students, those skillful students, those talented students. When don't stand out, we go use this platform, sell it to Nigerians, sell it to people who go buy your knowledge, buy everything where you get. If you don't create something, if you don't invent something, if you get something where they do, it will help you and God will help us. However, make we take one call. Try make we see whether you call us back again. Well, I tell you now, Mr. Uche is getting ready. You can watch us. You can watch us on our Twitter handle at eduradio.ng, on Instagram eduradio.ng, our Facebook page eduradio.com/eduradio.ng. Hello. Waiting to happen now. What would they try to do? All of this one, you go follow us. Then before the end of the program, we could give you how the programs we don't set in place. Biology, mathematics, basic sciences, and others. Okay? We get somebody online. Hello?
Hello? Good morning.
Yeah, oh, good morning. Late at night. Now, where you just wake up from sleep? Where you there?
In the morning,
Okay, now you in the morning there. We now almost we don't prepare. We will sleep. As we sleep, when I go wake up, sleep again. Yes, now who would they speak to from US?
My name is Vincent.
Okay.
I got this lesson with this program, one of the two.
Thank you, sir.
Because I don't introduce this program to many of my friends where we can follow and help.
Okay.
You know, we tell on our one thing. When we go to US, what we say we don't want to come back home. Monkey no fine, mama like us. Home now home. Anywhere you go. You understand? Most of us won't come back home. But when we come back, what we want for hand, it's like what we want to. You understand? Because when you see some countries where they happen, you know they make you happy. You understand? So when this program come out, one they talk about education. This is sweet our belly. It will make our connection. How we will manage come see you and come see this radio station, Eduradio. Eduradio will thank you now.
Thank you very much.
This program.
Thank you very much.
We will thank you now because, like, you know, we think they train our belly because 1980 precisely, I know too well. Nigeria, China, and India take the same level. But today,
yes.
we go China to go take
yes.
We go take testing sheets, we go get PPE material from China. You understand? The same material. What in China do different? Education. What in India do different? Education. So if Nigerian government could invest on education, you know, just like I hear you this morning, they talk about getting way to invest something, make it come. Getting way to get ideas to do something, make it come. Now, so all these countries carry better. So we really want to partner with China because the thing they see our belly, so this program they go on to educate and to sensitize people. But the basic problem is we really want Nigeria to change, and the only way we will make that change is through our education.
Yes.
Because listen, the same as the left one hand, see, because when we see church leaders today, we no care, then they open university, and these same church leaders go public school, public elementary, primary, tertiary institution in Nigeria. Obaka Obasanjo built refinery, when Obasanjo built Kaduna refinery, all the engineers they work here in Nigeria, from Nigeria school institutions. So where are they? What Europe collects up, America collects, Canada want to collect now. So what is the remaining one? We have we want that. So we have to change our educational system.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Present.
Thank you, and with you.
Thank you very much. How make we dey talk maybe from here? We'll talk again. Make we see how this partnership will work out. We are open for partnership. This thing when they happen, government one shishi. We are not asking. We are doing it as our own corporate social responsibility. He said something here. China about 25, 30 years ago, we were almost in the same category as underdeveloped countries. Africa. Where are they? They spread their personnel, or they spread their citizens. They were doing copycat. They do the same thing on one thing or the other. They don't do until grow out of them. Where we they? Now when this thing can't happen, I want to take this as an opportunity to tell the guys at the top, the decision makers, get people that could do things. Imagine I was doing an analysis and I said, if innocent manufacturing company produces vehicles for the president, and with over the 36 ministers that we have, imagine the ministers get SA, they get PAs, they drive innocent vehicles. The president drives innocent vehicles. So they will have about 6 plants. They will employ more than millions of Nigerians. Imagine we have over 109 senators, all right? The senators, they get their aides, they get their SLAs and all of that. They go expand the coast. Jobs will be created. Imagine we begin to encourage farmers. Not just they fabricate things, just they do them the same way they do them before. Things will improve. Today, the same China at once upon a time, now they go back now, you're talking. It is well. Make we just give way now for our brother, the teacher with there on ground. Thank you very much, brother. We'll continue our discussion. Mr. Uche, you have the floor.
Hello once again, our good listeners. You are welcome. And my name is Asiebu Uchenna. The subject that we have for today is biology, and the topic is animal hormones. That is what we are going to look at today. Now, when we talk of hormones, we are talking of those biochemical substances that controls many activities that go on in an organism. Such activities include sexual reproduction, development, growth, and the other metabolic activities. These hormones are normally secreted by endocrine glands, and these hormones diffuse into the blood, which normally carry them to different parts of the body, including the organs and tissues where they exert their specific functions. Invertebrates, including human beings, we have a lot of major endocrine glands, which include, number 1, we have pituitary gland. Number 2, we have thyroid gland. Number 3, parathyroid gland. Number 4, pancreas, gonads, and the adrenal glands. All these major endocrine glands are located in different parts of the body. Take, for instance, the pituitary gland is located in the mid-base of the brain. The thyroid gland is located at the anterior end of the neck, which is close to the parathyroid gland. When we talk of the pancreas is located at the loop of the duodenum, while the adrenal gland is located at the top of the kidney. Now we are going to look at the functions of these hormones one after the other. Now, pituitary gland secretes the following hormones, which include, number 1, the prolactin. Number 2, oxytocin. Number 3, antidiuretic hormone or the ADH. Number 4, pituitrin, or you call it somatropin. And the number 5, you have the tropic hormones. Now let us look at the functions of these hormones one after the other, starting with prolactin, which stimulates the production of milk in the mammary gland. That is a prolactin. Oxytocin, the function is that it regulates the rate at which milk flows in the mammary gland, as well as the contraction of the uterine wall. Now the ADH, the function is that it normally stimulates the kidney tubules to reabsorb water during urine formation from glomerular filtrate. Now when we talk of the pituitrin, which is the main growth hormone, what it normally does is that it stimulates growth at the bones and the muscles. Now the tropic hormone, what it does is that it controls other endocrine glands, which makes the pituitary gland to be the master gland. Now we are going over to another gland, which is thyroid gland, and the hormone that it secretes is tyrosine. And the function of the tyrosine is that the tyrosine normally regulates metabolic activities, more especially respiration. But in younger animals, what the tyrosine does is that it stimulates mental and the physical activities such as growth and development. But in tadpoles, what the tyrosine does is that it normally controls metamorphosis. Number 3 gland, which is parathyroid gland, secretes parathormone. What parathormone does is that it regulates the calcium content of the blood. Now we are heading over to the pancreas. Within the pancreas, you have a group of cells referred to as islet of Langerhans, and the hormones they secrete are insulin and the glucogen. What the insulin does is that it controls the blood sugar level. If there are excessive glucose in the blood, what the insulin normally does is that it gives signals to the liver to take up the excess glucose and they store them as glycogen in the muscles, lower abdomen, and the other parts of the body. But what the glucogen does is that when there is a kind of shortfall in the amount of glucose in the blood, what it normally does is that it will now signal to the liver to reconvert the glycogen to glucose. Now let's go over to the adrenal gland, which secretes a hormone known as the adrenaline. In other words, the adrenaline could also be referred to as an emergency hormone because it prepares the body for an emergency, and also it is associated with fear and anxiety. We are now going to look at the gonads, which include the testes and the ovaries. Now the testes, which is located within the scrotum, the hormone that it secretes is testosterone. And the function of the testosterone as a hormone is that the testosterone stimulates the appearance of secondary sexual characteristics in male, which include enlargement of the muscles as well as appearance of hairs in the pubic region and so on and so forth. But the ovaries secretes two major hormones, the estrogen and the progesterone. What the estrogen does is that it regulates or it stimulates the appearance of secondary sexual characteristics in female. Such characteristics include appearance of pimple as well as appearance of hairs in the pubic region and other parts of the body. But progesterone, which is also referred to as a pregnancy hormone, what it does is that it prepares the uterine to accept the embryo during pregnancy. And another function of the progesterone is that the progesterone normally nourishes or maintains the fetus during pregnancy.